Gordon William Kisabeth was born on August 7, 1938, at the Plymouth Hospital on Main Street in Plymouth, Michigan. He lived in a two-bedroom home on Harvey Street in Plymouth near the insulation plant. He shared a room with his brother Kenneth for 6 years until Michael was born. Later, he moved to a home on Haggerty and Ann Arbor Road. The upstairs had 2 bedrooms, and the first bedroom Michael and Gerald shared, and the second bedroom Kenneth and Gordon shared. Their home had no heat and was near a farm and a peach orchard. Gordon's parents were Foster William Kisabeth and Bertha Elizabeth de Boozy. Following suit with some other Plymouth wives, Bertha stayed home with her children as well as working at the Daisy Air Rifle Assembly. Foster's father, William Earl Kisabeth, came from Hicksville, Ohio, where his family was working as tenant farmers, but there was no success in the industry. So they moved in 1928 during the Great Depression to get a job at the Wayne County Forestry Department. Foster stayed 1 more year to finish high school while living with a dentist in Fostoria. For kindergarten through 4th grade, Gordon attended Plymouth Elementary School. He walked to school and occupied himself by learning how to whistle. After school, he would occasionally walk to town with his mother. When his family moved to their new home on Ann Arbor Road in Haggerty, Gordon transferred to Starkweather School to attend 5th grade. Catering to his Catholic roots, Gordon attended Our Lady of Good Counsel School for 6th through 8th grade. For his high school years, Gordon attended Plymouth High School. Thriving in classes like government and history, biology, Gordon enjoyed his classwork, though he wasn't too fond of homework. When Gordon wasn't in class, he was often with his friends at the drive-in, eating and listening to the radio. He graduated from Plymouth High School in 1956. His brother Kenneth graduated in 1954, Michael in 1944, Gerald in 1946, and his sister Barbara in 1955. After high school, Gordon went to Eastern for 1 year while working at Kroger on Forest Avenue in Plymouth for 1 year. Then worked his way up to assistant manager at the location. He enrolled in the Navy in 1962 and went to boot camp near Chicago, then to Pensacola, Florida for 6 months, working in the electronics shop at the naval base. Then went to Memphis, Tennessee for 8 months for electronics training. After that, he went to Beeville, Texas Naval Air Station. Here, he worked in electronics shops and maintained the electronics for airplanes. Once out of the Navy, he applied to work at the University of Michigan and IBM. He ended up working at IBM for 30 years as a customer engineer, repairing computer systems around Metro Detroit. Then he was operation manager at Fretter Appliances headquarters for 2 years. Lastly, he worked at Dynatech, serving as a manager, consulting and working with customers in the position for 13 years. He met Mary Michelle Kisabeth in November 1965 while she was working at Rexall Drugs as a soda jerk. Mary is a sibling of 5 and a daughter of Kenneth Nolson Case and Mary Agnes O'Connell. She attended high school at Ladywood in Livonia for 1 year and St. John Baptist in Ypsilanti for 3 years. After high school, she went to Eastern Michigan for 1 year and nursing school at Schoolcraft. Once she finished college, she worked as a nurse for 20 years at Garden City Hospital. Gordon and Mary had 2 children, a boy, Robert, and a girl, Lisa. Robert would graduate from Salem High School in 1987 and Lisa in 1986. Lisa would go on to receive a business degree from the University of Michigan and a master's degree from Eastern Michigan University. She had 2 children, Cole, age 13, and Danielle, age 17, and has lived in Plymouth since the early 1990s. Robert received his business degree from Michigan State University, moving on to serve as manager for many hotels across the country, such as a Marriott Hotel in Denver, Colorado. He has 2 children, Matt, age 16, and Jake, age 17, and currently resides in Denver. Now retired, Gordon and his wife Michelle spend their time enjoying their life in Plymouth, Michigan, with no plans to move away from the place they've lived and loved for so many years.